look at a map on your phone and, you feel like humanity has charted every inch of the Earth, but drag your finger out into the blue space of the ocean, and that certainty just kind of evaporates. You are suddenly hovering over a landscape where 90% of the life forms are complete ghosts to us.
Yeah, it really is the ultimate blind spot. We literally do not know who we are sharing the planet with.
Right. So, okay, let's unpack this. Today's deep dive is cackling a huge stack of new material. We're looking at the latest ocean census data, along with some cutting-edge medical research papers on marine toxins, and actual field notes from taxonomists on the front lines.
And the headline here is just staggering. I mean, in a single year, they've identified 1,121 newly discovered marine species.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, that is a massive 54% jump in discoveries. But our mission today isn't just to, catalog sea life. We are looking at the intensely bizarre survival adaptations of these creatures and the frantic human race to document them before they vanish forever.
Because the stakes are incredibly high for you and me. I mean, if 90% of the ocean's species are completely unknown, global policymakers literally cannot protect them. You can't put a boundary around something if it isn't on any maps.
Exactly. And to figure out what we are actually rushing to save, we have to look at the extreme, almost alien ways these animals have adapted to survive in the deep.
Yeah, and my favorite example from the field notes is this newly discovered bristleworm. It's called Deluciella yabuki, and it survives nearly 800 meters down in the pitch black off the coast of Japan.
Oh, the sponge squatter, right.
Yes. It's basically a squatter living inside a luxury crystal mansion. It survives entirely inside the intricate translucent silica chambers of a glass sponge.
Right. But what's fascinating here is why it does that. At crushing depths, building your own shell costs a massive amount of energy. So this worm just uses the sponge.
That's so smart.
It really is. The sponge's glass-like walls filter out larger predators, while its internal water currents pump a constant, effortless breeze of plankton right into the worm's living room.
Okay, that is genius.
Oh.
I mean, it's outsourcing its defense and its food delivery.
Completely. And these bizarre survival hacks frequently translate into potential human breakthroughs. Take the tiny ribbon worm they just found in the shallow waters of Timor-Leste.
Oh, right, the orange one.
Yeah, it's less than 3 centimeters long, but it sports the vivid neon orange-banded pigmentation.
Which usually means, do not eat me, I am packed with poison.
Precisely. It is a visual warning of incredibly potent chemical defenses. But here is the critical part. Those toxins specifically target the nervous systems of predators.
Wait, nervous system, so how does that help us?
Well, medical researchers are now studying the underlying mechanism. They think the exact same chemical that paralyzes a fish could, in microdoses, help bridge failing synaptic connections in a human brain.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, they are actually investigating it as a potential treatment for Alzheimer's and schizophrenia.
So it's not just a weird sea bug. I mean, it could literally hold the key to degenerative brain diseases.
Exactly. It's incredible.
But going through these papers, it highlights a terrifying bureaucratic reality. These creatures could go extinct before science even acknowledges they exist. I mean, historically, the lag between pulling a species out of the water and formally describing it is a staggering 13.5 years.
That's a massive bottleneck.
Right, and here's where it gets really interesting. Why does it take over a decade just to write down what we found?
It's really because of the grueling human element of taxonomy. Look at the field notes from researcher Agustin Garus. He spent a full decade studying just a single, highly elusive, burrowing sea anemone he collected in Argentina.
Wait, a full decade? On one anemone?
Yeah, because you don't just, snap a photo. You have to analyze morphology. That means painstakingly counting microscopic tentacles and structural differences under a lens.
Right, all while navigating the slow machinery of academic peer review, I'm guessing.
Exactly, plus waiting months or years for DNA sequencing.
But a decade for one anemone. We just don't have that kind of time.
Which is why the Ocean Census launched Novia. It's an open-access digital platform connecting scientists across 85 countries.
Okay, so how does that help?
So instead of waiting years to publish a full paper, scientists can now officially log a discovered status in, a matter of days.
Wait, hold on. I get the need for speed, but if the traditional method takes 10 years to ensure we don't misidentify something, doesn't letting people hit a discovered button in a few days risk filling this new database with junk data?
Well, that's a valid concern, but Novia doesn't bypass verification. It crowdsources it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, by putting the initial DNA markers and high-res imaging on an open network instantly, global experts can verify the data in parallel rather than waiting in line.
So it fundamentally fixes that 13.5-year bottleneck without losing the rigor.
Exactly.
But a database is just a database. I mean, putting a name to a sea anemone in Argentina doesn't physically stop a dredging ship. How does Novi actually translate to protection for you and me?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, this rapid data is what gives teeth to international agreements, like the High Seas Biodiversity Treaty.
Right, because you need actual data to enforce those.
Exactly. You can't protect an ecosystem if you are just drawing shapes on a map based on blind guesses. You need a fast, taxonomically accurate catalog of who lives where to draw actual marine protected areas around real living ecosystems.
It really puts our priorities into perspective, doesn't it? I mean, we spend billions of dollars sending rovers to search for barren, fossilized bacteria on Mars. But for a fraction of that cost, we could be uncovering vibrant, totally alien life right here in our own oceans.
It completely reframes where we should be looking for our future.
It really does. And I want to leave you with this thought today. If a tiny, unnamed ribbon worm hiding in the shallows holds the potential mechanism to treat Alzheimer's, what other world-changing medical breakthroughs are currently sitting undetected, just waiting to be found in the dark? We just need to fill in those blank spaces